Chad and Crystal, just want to give just a quick introduction. They are global missionaries that are serving in the Armenian region, right? It's the Ur region. There are 6 regions in the Nazarene Church globally, okay? There's the Africa region, there's Asia Pacific, Eurasia, which is where you are serving, Mesoamerica, South America, and then the USA and Canada region. So there are 6 global regions that the Nazarene Church supports. And Chad and Crystal are in the Eurasia region, and they do a variety of different work. I'll let you kind of get into that. And you are native, so to speak, of Livingston County, and you grew up here, so I'm not going to steal all that, but just want to thank you for being here. And this will be the 3rd time I've heard your message. No, but I want to say every time I hear it, I'm just even deeper impacted for your love for Christ and what you guys do. So let's give it up for Chad and Crystal.
Well, thank you for having us. As Andrew said, I grew up in this church, actually. My dad is Pastor Ben, and we got here when I was in about 3rd grade. So some of you have known me for a very long time. And it's like being back with a family reunion to be here with you. So my name is Crystal Gibbons, and this is my husband, Chad. And
Hi.
we... Don't talk until I tell you. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my word. This is the real Crystal. You're seeing the real Crystal.
No. But we are missionaries, as he said, to the Eurasian North Field, which includes Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan, Armenia, a bunch of little countries that made up the former Soviet Union. So it's quite a large field. We were living in Kyiv, Ukraine with our son. We took our son with us. Our daughter is in college at Trevecca Nazarene University in Nashville. And I serve as the Nazarene Compassionate Ministries, the NCM coordinator for our field, as well as the Work and Witness coordinator. And Chad is the field finance coordinator for our field. So that's kind of what we do. But when they asked us to go to Ukraine, they hadn't had Nazarene missionaries for about 5 years in that country. And the church had kind of stagnated a little bit. They needed some encouragement, some discipleship, ways that we could build up the next generation and just encourage ownership of the church. When the collapse of the Soviet Union happened about 35 years ago, the Church of the Nazarene flooded in with missionaries, and they built churches. They had a lot of excitement, and over the last 30 years, really the last 10 to 15 years, it's gotten a little bit stagnant. Some decline has happened, and they needed us to go in and just encourage that growth again. So that's what we were doing, and we were excited to be there.
As Crystal said, my name is Chad. And we want to just thank you for allowing us to come and share with you guys. I think we were here at Brighton. It was one of our last churches before we shipped out to Ukraine, before you guys kicked us out and went to Ukraine. But, of course, we've spent many years here at this church. And when they built this sanctuary, we sat right over there where you guys were. And I got called into ministry sitting right over there. So be careful sitting in those seats, guys. And I know there's a lot of people who know Crystal. We've been married 22 years. Okay, whew. I shouldn't have started that sentence. We've been married 22 years, but there's a lot of people here who have known her longer than that, even. So thanks, old-timers, for your support. And we're just grateful to be back here and get to share a little bit what God's doing in Ukraine. I don't know if you've heard or not, but there's a war going on in Ukraine. I think you'd have to have your head in the ground to not know about that. But as we moved to Ukraine and we were there building relationships, God was moving, and it was great. We were getting in contact and connecting with all the church pastors and leaders there, and really discipling, working, strengthening that next generation of Nazarenes to take ownership of their church. When the Soviet Union collapsed, the missionaries from the Church of the Nazarene flooded into the area and built churches, and we've had Nazarenes that have grown up in our Nazarene churches in Ukraine, in Russia, in that area of the world. And I see Terry here. Thanks, Terry, for helping be a part of that work. And we wanted to continue that. Then February 24th came, and that really changed everything about what we had been doing and what our plans were, what we thought